What's up, everybody? Good evening. How's everyone doing? Happy hump day. It is Wednesday again, so you know what time it is. It's the Tom Gronkowski Show, brought to you by Fans Only Sports Network. My name is Ruth Kakias, better known as Ruth the Truth. Please give us a follow on the Fans Only Sports Network Facebook page and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And if you guys are tuning into the show, we would appreciate you sharing and leaving a comment. We like to discuss sports topics with our audience, so feel free to drop a comment. Today's episode, we're just going to be talking about Brady and his retirement, what that means to the Bucs, next man up, what kind of situation the Bucs are looking into going into the draft and the free agency coming into. And we have a lot of free agent signings that have not been cemented in. So Coach Jay and I will be discussing what we think the Buccaneers should do in the following months. We're also going to do some Super Bowl recap because we all witnessed Super Bowl 56 this past Sunday, a day before Valentine's Day, and what an outstanding game we all witnessed. The Cincinnati Bengals, who nobody expected to be in the Super Bowl, held their own against the Los Angeles Rams, but came up short as Matthew Stafford, the 13-year veteran who spent 12 seasons in Detroit with 0 playoff wins and 0 Super Bowl expectations, has won himself a ring, as well as OBJ, who fell short after getting hurt in the second quarter. But we're going to get all into that in that conversation. This is going to be our Super Bowl recap. And without further ado, I'm going to be bringing my host into here, Coach Jay Morgan, and his sidekick, trusted sidekick, Alexa. Welcome to the show. How are we doing? It's been a while.
I'm good. I'm all right. I just got back from Michigan. I'm still sick.
Well, I'm glad that you're taking some time to talk some football. We won't take too much of your time today because I know that you're not feeling well and it's getting kind of late. And the Golden State Warriors are about to go against the Denver Nuggets, so I definitely want to have my eyes on that game. But let's talk real quick. Tom Brady has decided to retire after 22 seasons of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. Won 7 championships, one with the Tampa Bay Bucs. They fell short this season in the postseason against the Los Angeles Rams, who went on to win the Super Bowl 56 and become the second team. Remember that. Second team to win at home because Tom Brady and the Bucs were the first in NFL history after 101 seasons or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Being able to hoist the Lombardi in their home field. So second team to win, 23-20 against the Cincinnati Bengals. But let's concentrate on Brady right now. He made his announcement. It was a long slide of things on his Instagram that was also posted to his Twitter. He announced how thankful he was to the Bucs organization, the Bucs fan base, Bucs this, Bucs that. Thank you, janitors. Thank you, locker room people. Thank you, everybody, except New England. Completely left out New England in the whole conversation. Didn't even hashtag Pats Nation. Nada. Coach Jay, is Tom Brady taking the crown of Team Petty right now? What in the world?
I mean, in some people's eyes, he is. I mean, they did him dirty, so he doing them dirty back. If I don't need to say nothing about y'all, we already know what I did for y'all. That's over with. I came to a new team. The first year I went to the new team, we went all the way. I broke another record, added another ring, got some people that didn't have rings and that's been playing for a minute. They got rings too. I made them look good as well. I don't need to say nothing about it. Y'all kept saying Bill Belichick is the reason. I went all the way over here to Florida and showed y'all he was no factor in. Not to mention I did beat y'all at y'all house as well. So I don't need to say no more. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. I literally was thinking that in my head. Yeah. My initial response was I was right. When Martin Gramatica and I were on the Z Living Network for the Martin Gramatica Show, we had a conversation about if Brady retires, is he going to retire a Buck or is he going to do one of these 1 week deals where he goes back to New England and retires as a Patriot? Now, we had the discussion before he won the Super Bowl. So after winning the Super Bowl is a whole different conversation because now you have a different emblem on your Super Bowl ring, but you're also sitting next to 6 other championship rings from one organization. So I called it. Brady is going to retire as a Buck. He made that plain and simple by not even mentioning the New England Patriots in his announcement. King Petty, I think there's a lot more that we don't know.
You
But
come
who are us to speculate?
You come to Florida to retire. We said that when he first come here. This is where he's going to end it at. So that way he ain't got far to go. He already in the Sunshine State. He already told him that he done, clean out his locker, went to his home. That's where he going to be at unless he get another beach home somewhere. He good.
He just bought a mansion in Miami.
See? And I know he ain't about to play for the Dolphins. So, hey,
nope.
Hey, he good. Retired.
So after speaking to Jarvis Green, who spent 8 seasons with the New England Patriots, won 2 Super Bowls with Tom Brady in 03 and 04, he told me that nothing's official until January 2nd, I believe the date is, when the paperwork gets filed of a player pretty much opting out of their contract and deciding to retire. So there is another season left on Brady's contract. What? So nothing has been official. Coach Jay, do you have any sense that Brady might be able to, go for another sling? I mean, if Rob was able to be pulled out of retirement, maybe Rob could flip sides and pull Brady out of retirement. What you think on that?
I think, all right, the only way that's going to happen is if he got the offensive line out this world and he got the defense out of this world that he can just, it don't matter if he throw like 5 interceptions a game, he still know he going to win. That's the only way he going to come back. He ain't trying to come back and be doing it Peyton Manning way and have to outscore people because he think he know his defense is trash. That ain't going to, no. In order for Rob to be able to convince Tom Brady to come back, they got to have something very spectacular to catch his attention. Like he got to come up to him and be like, I'm making you a deal that's so ridiculous. And he says it, he going to be like, you have my attention. Mm-hmm. That's the only way, because that man ain't about to come back there and get put on his back again. That's the only real reason why he retired. If they would have went to the Super Bowl this year, and even if they would have lost, he'd have came back because he was. But he didn't dare. And the way he lost was very unfashionable. That's like when Phil Jackson was coaching the Lakers his last season. And the way that they clowned and all that, they embarrassed that man. That's what the Bucks did to Tom Brady. They embarrassed him his last game. He like, no, I ain't about to be with y'all. I ain't about to break my neck for y'all. No, y'all some jokers. And another thing is he got to have him a real coach. Don't have no Bruce Arians over there just saying, all right, Tom, you got it. No, we need a real coach over there. Somebody with their pen and they board out that's over there writing stuff down, not just sitting there looking with a fanny pack on. That's the only way.
Yeah, there's going to be a well-packaged deal to convince Brady to even bring the conversation up to Giselle, because we all know that Giselle is going to play a huge factor in this retirement. And obviously, 22 years, the girl's been with him, I believe, for 13. They have 2 children together. They have a stepson that they're raising together. She has a lot of weight on this conversation. So would it be nice to see Brady come back one year? Yeah. I mean, why not? All the pieces to the puzzle are there, but I think Brady is going to be watching what they do in free agency with the 22 players that they have up on the chopping block right now. I think he's going to be a smart enough guy to be like, let me assess the situation. Let me look at the big picture instead of just looking at the one aspect. So the Rams went on to win the Super Bowl after knocking out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their second postseason game here in the Bay, and it didn't go down the way we planned. The first half was a bit of a struggle. The Buccaneers found themselves down pretty fast in an unfashionable situation. They found themselves kind of clawing out of a 3-20 lead, if I'm not mistaken, after the half. So. And they got really lucky. They got really lucky that a turnover on like the 2-yard line, held the Rams from being able to be 27-3 going into the locker room. So very blessed on that aspect. But Matt Gay, who was drafted by the Buccaneers and then booed off the stage and replaced with Ryan Suckup, hit the field goal to win the game for the Rams and have them projected further into the postseason. And it ended up in a Super Bowl win.
Yeah.
23-20 over the Cincinnati Bengals. Coach Jay, does Matthew Stafford solidify a Hall of Fame conversation after this Super Bowl performance, after winning and becoming the second team to win at home?
Yes. He was already, him and Calvin Johnson have already set records together.
Well, Richard Sherman had something else to say. He said, if you look at the numbers, if you look at how many Pro Bowl appearances, how many All-Star or All-Pro appearances, he has one. He does not sit close to the 7 and 8, and Aaron Rodgers has 7. I mean, the list goes on and on. Richard Sherman
played for the Lions.
He's not done enough.
He played for the Lions. He's done enough. Like, man, this guy been on his back for 12 years. He finally got away. And his first year when he got away, he got him a ring. I'm proud of you, Matt. You didn't let me down. I had some paper on you, and you did not let me down. Rose, I know you watching. I need that paper, bro.
So I don't do any sports betting. If you guys know anybody that has an issue with sports betting, please get them help. There's hotlines, all that kind of third. I got tired of losing money, so I no longer take money. I got tired of losing. As simple as that. I'm bad luck. As soon as I put money on the team, they're destined to lose. So yeah, I mean, I'll look at the analytics. I'll do all the research. I'll,
I just look
up the Vegas odds, that, and the third, and it just never worked out for me. And a lot of the times I was going against LeBron James, which is always a silly thing to do in the first place. But
I'm against the Golden State. I'm going against Golden State if they're going to list LeBron. I'm like, go ahead, Steph. Clay, handle it for me.
Right. So does Richard Sherman have a ground to stand on when he says that Matthew Stafford does not deserve to be in the conversation as a first ballot Hall of Famer?
No, he's hating. He needs to be quiet. He don't need to say nothing else because he could have had 2 Super Bowl rings. He got one just like Matt got one. He could have had 2, but he decided not to. His coach decided not to run the ball at the 1 yard line. But we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
No, Matthew Stafford has been carrying the Detroit Lions for years. The Detroit Lions ain't been good since Night Train Lane. For those that don't know who that is, look that up. That's like way before me and her was even born. So I'm giving him his credit. He's already been setting records with him and Megatron, who he had a little bit of hope. He was
in the Hall of Fame. I mean, who was throwing the ball to Megatron?
Matthew Stafford. He was already up. He went to the playoffs before. He's had to go against the Saints. That was when Drew Brees there. That's unfortunate, but they almost won. He had to go against Jerry in Jerry's world. They got played on a call. They would have won it that year. They got played on a call, but still, the man leaves. He already set the standards that he could play. You finally got him in front of an offensive line that's not going to let him get touched that much. Yeah. And you gave him a defense that he can chill on and know that they're going to handle it. And he got the Super Bowl ring now. First year he leave, go to somewhere else. He's showing everybody like, hey, look, I was doing this in high school, college. Remember, I can win games. I just can't do it if people keep throwing me on my back. The man been playing with broken fingers. He been playing with a messed up shoulder. He ain't got stoned. He ain't got against the Packers and them, the Bears and them. They torched him.
And he got pretty banged up in the Super Bowl as well.
Yeah, but he ain't feel it because that adrenaline with that ring and that trophy, you don't even care. Your limbs could be like this. You still got that trophy right there. Like, yes, I got it.
Hold it with your other hand, right?
I hold it with my other hand. I don't care. I got it right here. That's okay. We're number one.
And unfortunate for Odell Beckham Jr., who found himself hurt after making a great touchdown pass in the beginning of the game. 7 minutes in, the Rams scored, put one up on the board. OBJ had a great catch. Body control, all that, spectacular catch. But then he goes down with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. You see him on the sidelines, all emotions blaring. I mean, the
Okay.
guy was crying. Like, you saw
Okay.
tears. The camera was zooming in. He was crying. He was upset that he could not help his team in
Why?
the biggest game of their lives. And who knows if he's ever going to be in that situation again. But you know what,
Why?
OBJ, you got your ring. Thank you for your contribution for the Rams, because without your touchdown, they would have never been able to win that game.
I'm a
Go
little
ahead,
mad
Jake.
at I'm a little mad at OBJ. Me and my cousin was talking about this during the game. For all those youngsters out there that play football still, and even the ones that are in the league right now, like Ruth the Truth just said, you don't know if you're going to have another shot. I don't care if your leg is broken. This is the Super Bowl. You ain't got no other game after this anyway. You can fix that tomorrow.
Well, you got to think OBJ will be hitting free agency. He was only on a season deal with the Rams, so
That's
he's got to
fine.
think about longevity.
Get the ring. You don't know when it's gonna happen again. Go get that ring. I'd have been on the sideline. Oh,
Right.
you crying?
Yeah.
So you want to play, right? Yeah. Go get padded up. You at least can be a decoy or something. So that way I can open up Cooper Kupp. Don't sit there and just be like, I was like, okay, he hurt. He'll be back. That man come back. He out of all the gear. What you doing? This is the last game of the season. You don't have another game next week. And if we lose, we don't know if you ever going to come back to the Super Bowl again. It's either go hard or you go home. Go put your stuff on and get back out here.
Yeah.
Get back out here.
It was the same leg as the torn ACL that he suffered while he was a Cleveland Brown. So I think he knew that it was done. I mean, as soon as he took that step, I mean, it was a no contact injury, which we're seeing more and more of that with this new turf instead of the regular grass. I don't know if the NFL is ever going to do something about it.
Go back to
I
grass.
mean, in the 2020 season, in the very first week, they had 7 knee injuries in the very first week. It's just something's got to be done. Something's got to change. We also saw Joe Burrow get nicked up as well during that game too, but he was able to pull it together and come back on the field and make sure he was the last man standing when it came to trying to help his team win a Super Bowl.
Joe Burrow, I feel sorry for you, man. I
So
know
what is the future for Cincinnati? Or do you expect them to be back in Super Bowl conversations, or do you think that this was their once in a lifetime opportunity? Because off of Speak for Yourself that I was watching on FS1 today, they recorded 17 different quarterbacks that made it to the Super Bowl, lost the Super Bowl, and then never came back for the rest of their career.
as long as they can keep the squad together and they can make sure that everybody believes and is pulling their own weight, they can come back. They got to make sure that they pass against Kansas City, because a couple games they got a little lucky. They got a little lucky. A couple of games they snuck by and got past. I don't know. It's gonna be a little hard if they get to the AFC Championship. Then maybe we can talk about it. But until then, I think they're gonna look like the '80s Bengals after they lost to Joe Montana. We ain't seen him for years. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna tell you like your college coach told you. Be careful with that cigar, boy. That's the only way.
I mean, the Bengals were never in a Super Bowl conversation before the season started. Even with the return of Joe Burrow coming back from injury, nobody expected him to go off the way he did after the mangled up knee that he was faced with in last season's season-ending injury. So, we'll see. We'll see. So let's keep it to the quarterback conversation. With Tom Brady retiring, what do the Bucs do now? If he decides not to come back, if he decides to hang up those cleats for good and terminate his contract, what direction do the Bucs face when it comes to their next man up?
Go get Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson.
There are some quarterbacks that have been buzzing about their unhappiness with their organizations and could be making a move. Who knows? Would you think that Aaron Rodgers would fit the system more than a Kyler Murray or a Kyle Trask, who's been behind Tom Brady throughout this whole season?
They better not let no trash start. I'm still mad at them during the draft when they got him. I think they just had an extra pick and they was like, hey, pick somebody. Take him. Forget that because he's a Gator. That's how I went, because he's a Gator. So we got to keep him around. No, It's not how you win. I don't care what you are. Man, I just want a winner. I want Aaron Rodgers. You get over here, okay? You ain't got to be in that cold, frozen tundra no more. I know. I just left from there. I was so happy when I got back.
It's bad, right?
God, that's why I'm sick.
Yeah, because you just went from cold to hot. It was 81 degrees today in Tampa.
I know.
81 degrees here in the Bay.
But I've been sick. I've been in the bed like, I got fevers and all that.
Oh, no. Well, get well soon. We're going to wrap up this episode right after this commercial break. We're going to be giving our final thoughts and our expectations for the Buccaneers with Brady retiring. We can't set them too high because obviously it's going to be a big change up. A lot of free agents hitting the market. But when we get back, we'll talk about what we think they should do.
Pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
We can get the drug in the brain in less than 5 minutes. And our plan is when we get that diagnosis on the field of play, give the drug nasally, get it in the brain quickly. When it gets in the brain, it actually gets into the nucleus of your brain cells, and it reduces swelling, inflammation, and oxidative stress at the same time.
When Jake and I first talked about this many years ago, one of my first questions was, will this help me? And he goes, no, this is for treatment immediately when a concussion or you think a concussion has occurred.
Yeah.
The acute problems that exist later on in life, if we can take care of these at an early age and start getting some of these things to our children and grandchildren, and I think we can make this game, our game, football, a safer place.
And so the whole goal is we're trying to make the game safer. And so Odyssey and this drug, we believe, can be a game changer in so many different ways. Yes, on the football field, in the game of football, because that's where my passion lies, but also in the game of life.
Welcome back. Tom Gronkowski, brought to you by Fans Only Sports Network. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're giving our recaps and also discussing our thoughts on Tom Brady and his retirement. So, Coach Jay, Aaron Rodgers, do you think is going to be the best option for the Tampa Bay Bucs after Brady's retirement?
I mean, if you want somebody that's going to be close in this, I mean, the only thing that he can do more is he can actually run if he needs to. But as far as reading the field, passing wise, he's going to be the guy. I wouldn't go out there and be trying to get no Kyler Murray. He let me down. They made him look like he was Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. I thought he about to do something. Teams be killing me. How can you go the whole year killing everybody, and then you get in the playoffs, and then you just get punched in the face? That's why I always tell every team I coach, I'll be like, hey, we are guaranteed to lose 1 or 2 games during the season. And everybody look at me crazy. What? Because I need you to, I don't want to, but it just needs to happen. Because I need you to get punched in the face, because I'm going to teach you how to play football so good. I'm going to need you to get punched in the face, because there's going to come a game when you ain't going to be doing everything you're supposed to be doing, like reading your keys. You're just going to be playing football like we out. You're going to be freestyling. And I'm going to say it. Are you freestyling, or are you playing, how can I put this? Are you playing?
Sticking to the game plan.
Yeah, but it's a word I use to them. I say, are you playing? Are you going? I say, are you freestyling, or are you playing something football? I say, are you playing something football? And usually, if we're getting killed, they be like, we're just freestyling. So you're not playing our type of football. No, you're not reading keys or nothing. No, you're playing backyard. Yes, stop. Don't do that. Play this type of football, so that way we can get on and we can get out of here. Right. Every time you get to the playoffs, you ain't got punched in the face 1 or 2 times already. You keep that feeling, you ain't gonna let it happen again. You go against a team we already in beat or we seen over in the season, you better kill him by 60. Yeah. By 60, you better kill him in the first half.
Yeah, disappointing. Disappointing exit for the Cardinals, who brought back J.J. Watt. That didn't seem to make a difference. Don't know if you brought back JJ Watt for no reason, but he probably should have just stayed healing from a shoulder injury that he had 6 to 8 weeks prior. He came back pretty quickly, and it didn't really seem to help the Cardinals in their situation with that game. Now, do you think Kyler is trying to say something by scrubbing the Cardinals off of his social media pages? Do you think that could be means for Kyler being on the move this offseason?
Yeah, he pouting. He don't need to be doing that. It ain't like he Aaron Rodgers or nothing. He's like, oh, calm down. We didn't even know you was even coming. You ain't even on the list. You was a +1. Get out of here. You can't do that. You ain't done nothing yet. Aaron Rodgers, right. if he scrape off the G's, dude, hey, we understand. Aaron, where you want to go? Tell us. We'll get you there.
Yeah.
Where you want to go. Right. Kyler, you ain't done nothing to be doing no stuff like that.
Right. Demanding a $51 million salary per season. A little bit of a stretch. Yeah, the money is it's getting pretty up there. I think because he could just go and play MLB if he wants to.
Well, go play baseball then. Bye. I ain't get $51 million and you ain't even get us to the NFC Championship, man. No, these people are crazy. See, they crazy. No, I'm not giving you 50. I would love to be an owner.
I think him setting those standards for the Cardinals is, I guess he's trying to make himself out of reach, so they want to trade him. Maybe that just could be a scheme of things. I mean, you say something's overpriced, people aren't going to buy it. So maybe he's trying to set that expectation.
And just say you want to get out of there. Just say it. Be a man. Say I don't want to be here. Aaron Rodgers said I don't want to be here, but I can't sit here and get killed since I got to be here this season. I got to at least win.
Yeah.
If you just be a man and say it. I don't want to be here. That's all right. You don't want to be here. Now don't do what Deshaun Watson did. Haven't heard from him in a minute.
Yeah, and people are saying that he is showing interest in coming to the Bucs, and that could be a really sloppy situation. But how would you feel if the Bucs went and got a quarterback who had all these allegations towards him, who's facing lawsuits, and just a really, really messy situation with Deshaun Watson? What do you think Bucs Nation should feel if they were to obtain Deshaun Watson as their next starting quarterback?
Then they should just go back and get Jameis Winston.
Yeah, but after Jameis, that knee got so mangled against the New Orleans Saints that I don't know if Jameis is ever going to be the same Jameis after that. I mean, those knee injuries are so significant at the quarterback position. I mean, for all positions
like that.
in the NFL.
I'm talking about with allegations and all that. If you want somebody that's going to be in the media and all that, then you might as well just go get Winston again and do that whole train all over again.
I could agree.
We don't want nobody that's going to be distracted. We need to be thinking about football. That's the reason why we just lost the last game against the Rams, is because we got too much stuff going on with the whole AB and all that situation. We need to be thinking about football. No, don't go get no Deshaun Watson. Bro, you are off the list. You are too many problems. Aaron.
Blackmailed until all these allegations are figured out and he is found innocent from all 22 lawsuits. I don't think anybody should be making a move for him. Speaking of AB, AB's gloves that were caught by Mark, I do not remember his last name, but I'm interviewing him again on the NSPN network.
All right.
I got to speak to him just a week after he caught Antonio Brown's gloves, which was pretty cool because, being at the right place at the right time can really hit the jackpot for some people. And he was able to auction off the one glove that he caught. He was able to auction that off for $16,000. They started the auction at $89, and the bidders went up to $16,000. Do you think these gloves have any type of hold for somebody to be spending $16,000?
I wouldn't. I don't care.
I mean, some people gotta like that. So, but even if you gotta like that, would you want to? I mean, I feel like that would be like a cursed glove. Like you wouldn't, that one movie that they have like all this, they have like a special room that like encases all this like cursed stuff. Like you would have to get like some type of, I don't know, like don't even let it in your house because you don't want your household to just fall apart.
No, if they gave it to me for free, I'd take it. Even if I had the paper for that, I still wouldn't do it. I am the type of person that when I buy something, I have to hurry up and buy it, because if I have a chance to think about it, I'm gonna cop out and I'm gonna leave.
Yep.
I don't
I'm
want
the
to.
same way. I'm the
I
same
don't want
way.
to give up the paper. I don't want to give it up.
Yeah.
So
You don't
no,
want to hand it over.
no, I don't
Work
want to hand
hard
it
for
over.
it.
If they give it to me for free, I take it and I put it up just so that way it can be with all the football stuff and be like, yeah, those are Antonio Brown's gloves right there. Yeah, you know that football right over there's Peyton Manning when I used to live in Indianapolis. Yeah, he signed one of the little helmets on the little bobblehead things. Yeah, you know, that's nothing. I got that one right there. I got those
Add to
from
the
the
trophy
Dolphins.
case.
Yeah, I got those cleats from the Dolphins right there. Yeah, I got those. Yup. That one right there at the Jacksonville Jaguar and them jerseys. You know, stuff like that. But I ain't about to go out and spend no paper on those. Man, no.
Yeah. So
It's gonna
Antonio
make me turn
Brown,
to him.
is he coming back into the league, coach? Because a
Yeah.
lot of people say talent outweighs drama.
He's
So do
going
you
to
think
the
Antonio
Ravens.
Brown will find himself back in the league? Because he's been posting pictures alongside
going to the
Lamar
Ravens.
Jackson, has already been put on the record to say that he would love to be a Baltimore Raven.
He gonna be with the Ravens because the Ravens will take anybody. And then John Harbaugh gonna tell that's what it's gonna be. And John Harbaugh gonna tell him what it is. He gonna keep his mouth shut somewhat, and then they think they gonna do something. But now when they go against a guy like me, all right, fellas. So we're going against the Ravens. They like to run the ball. Okay, so stop the run. The only guy they're gonna pass to is that guy right there. And we're gonna make them argue with each other now. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's a really sloppy situation with Antonio Brown, and now that he is a Super Bowl champ and has the ring, I think his self-centeredness is on a whole new level, and that's just dangerous aspect. So let the man enjoy his music career. Keep him out of the NFL. Roger Goodell, you're the gatekeeper. Don't allow him back into the NFL. If a team is that desperate enough to have to go and sign Antonio Brown, they might be in really deep trouble that they can't find themselves in. And he's trouble all on his own. So why would you just want to add to the mess?
Because the commissioner is soft. He's soft. He's soft. He always be trying to avoid confrontation. Like they got that whole thing down with the scandals with the Washington whatever they
Commanders. Washington
Commanders.
Commanders.
Yeah. And he's soft. He over there trying to like keep people quiet and all that, or tell the ladies, oh, we'll take care of it and this and this. Man, you soft, bro. You need to have a pair. If you got all that money, you can't have all that money and be that soft. At least go ahead and have your enforcers go handle it for you. I mean,
just feel like Roger Goodell is a puppet.
Yes.
He is a puppet on strings, and the owners orchestrate what type of moves that he makes because the owners have all the money. They're billionaires. They could pay for Roger Goodell to be assassinated. Like they are.
True. That's why he need to be the G. He the commissioner. If I'm the commissioner and they the owners, if they telling me something, I'm be like, hold up. Hey, don't get it twisted. Just because you own the team, I own this league. Where you sleeping at tonight? You got a hotel on deck? Yeah, I do. No, you don't. I own it. This is what you gonna do. Then if they trying to go hood with it, I'm gonna call 50 Cent, all of them. Like, hey man.
Speaking of 50 Cent, what did you think about the halftime show? I forgot to talk about that in the last podcast that I was in. So, Coach Jay, there's a lot of ups and downs when it comes to the feelings of the halftime show. I thought it was outstanding. Mary J. Blige, Eminem, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Like, what? I thought it was an incredible show, and Eminem started his set with the rap song that I knew that he was going to start with, and I was already singing it. So as soon as the beat dropped, I was like, I knew it. You only got one shot. So
he was talking to Stafford. That's the closest that the Detroit Lions has gotten to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Stafford
right.
and Eminem.
I'm letting you know. I came here. I came here to point you in the right direction. Yes, I love that. But what was your initial reaction of the halftime show?
It was bringing me chills. I was with my cousins and them. We were watching it. They had another cousin that was on top of the that was on the phone, and she said, I remember them songs, baby. Like we was at the club, man. Yeah. He was like, them songs bringing back some memories. I was like, hey, this halftime show tight because I know everybody. I don't care what ethnicity you are. I know you know those songs. And when you saw 50 Cent and all them, and everybody remember 50 when he came out, he was like that. I know everybody know all them songs that was played. They played
and I was
songs.
so
And I was
like, why are
kid.
they getting on 50 Cent for gaining some weight? I mean, you guys do know that everybody probably gained twice as much weight since the songs that he was singing dropped. So, I mean,
50 Cent, in case they ain't know, 50 Cent got power, literally.
Yeah.
Because he owns the show. Power. He don't have to do nothing. That man ain't got to do a thing. Don't be messing with Ghost now.
Yeah.
50 Cent chilling. He don't need to do nothing. He ain't even look fat. He just looked like he was just more beef. Like he had got fat in at one point, but then he started lifting when they must have told him, like, hey, you gonna be in the halftime show. All right.
Yeah, so yeah,
That's
he looked pretty beefed up, and I was really confused with him coming in backwards or upside down, hanging from the bars.
That's what he did on the video.
There's been a lot of memes circulating the internet right now. Let me tell you, the internet is so quick with these memes and these videos and all these funny conversations that they have. But they were quick to clown 50 Cent. But leave 50 Cent alone.
But
He's still
that's
50
how his
Cent.
video was. Remember the video in the club?
Oh yeah. Now okay,
was.
so that makes sense. How did that not click before? You see, this is why we have to discuss things so you can remind me and put me on point. I thought it was a great halftime show, pretty outstanding, way better than the weekend, which was what I witnessed in my first personal experience at the Super Bowl. I was at the Super Bowl at Raymond James Stadium when the Bucks beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and I was very disappointed with the weekend show. I would have been so much happier with the show that they had in this halftime, but obviously being in LA, where a lot of those artists all travel to, and a really popular city, it was not a surprise. And I mean, a $5 billion stadium with a lake in the front, outstanding. I mean, temperature controlled dome and all, pretty outstanding.
They had Jay-Z on there. I was listening to him on Sirius XM when I was up in Michigan, and they was like, hey, yo, Jigga. So the halftime show got all these people in. It's got fit. It's gonna have Dre, M, Snoop, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. He's like, well, how you feel about that? And Jay-Z, he trying to be funny. He's like, okay. He was like, I feel sorry for them. And he was like, why you feel sorry for them? Because they gotta have all them. He was like, why they ain't get you? He's like, because they know if they'd got me, it'd just been me.
Probably.
And he was like,
I mean, I think Super Bowl shows are, I think it's a diamond that you could add to the crown when you say I performed in front of the biggest nationally worldwide game ever played in the history of games. I mean, to say that you could put that on your notch, I mean, I don't think it's bad, but obviously Jay-Z's in his own little world.
50 Cent was talking trash when he left. He was like, I told y'all, son. I thought I went, hey, that's no money, Floyd. I told you, son, it's going down. I already know 50 was talking trash when he got back to the house. And they started making tracks, like they said, Dr. Dre and them started making tracks, working on a project and all that. They started making all their juices flow again. They like, hey, we need to hit an album out.
Right. So coming soon. Look out for that. Hopefully Eminem will drop some new music because I always buy all of his albums. I've been obsessed with him since the 90s. 8 Mile is one of my favorite all-time movies that I've always watched as a kid. Don't know why I was subjected to watching 8 Mile as a kid, but hey.
Be Rabbit, we all was.
I turned out all right.
We was. Be Rabbit.
All right, Coach Shay. I know that you're not feeling well, so let's wrap this episode up. Do you have any final thoughts for our audience before you say goodbye? Whether you want to mention the Bucks, NFL, basketball, since NBA is red hot right now. The NHL right now is also heating up with the Lightning sitting in a pretty good position, who might be going into their third Stanley Cup for a year. Who knows? Any final thoughts for us, Coach?
It was a good season. We fell a little short. We could do this again. Tom, Rob, if you got a little bit in the tank, if you think you do, and you can get you an offensive line and get you a defense that's going to be shut out, come back one more time, run it one more time, and then after that, we'll never ask again. Other than that, football season is over with. We've already crowned our champions. So now, this is what I always do. So I'm going to help the audience out there. I watch basketball now and other sports and watch playoffs, get ready for those sports because I ain't got nothing else to watch.
Right.
I'm gonna keep breaking down X's and O's, but I ain't got nothing else to watch.
Right.
And
So
next time
our
that
show
we have,
might be transitioning to more of a all sports aspect.
yes, and then on top of that, I think I'm gonna put this out in people's heads so they can get it out there. I think the next time we have a halftime show that's like we just did, I think since we had all them, it should be Lil Wayne and Drake. Young Money should take over. It ain't even got to be the next one, but the next time they're gonna let us do something like Snoop and them did, I think it should be Lil Wayne and Drake, Nicki Minaj, the old Young Money. They need to do it because you know Drizzy gotta be there. Drizzy has to be there at least once.
Yeah.
And that's all I got.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much for taking the time. I as well am zoomed into basketball now that NFL is out the way. I'm currently watching the Golden State Denver Nuggets game. The Golden State Warriors are up 20-16, but they're playing in San Francisco, so they have the home field advantage. We'll see how that works out. The Warriors have been pretty impressive this year with the return of Klay Thompson. So, yeah, tune into NBA now that the NFL is over. The draft is going to be probably coming up, and I think it's always around May. And then we'll have training camp start in early August, late September. Season start in late September, and we'll see where the next season takes us and where the Buccaneers will end up next. But this is all for us.
Wait, I forgot to tell you. I got promoted.
Congratulations! That's amazing news.
I got promoted like when I was in Michigan.
You see, hard work pays off.
He called me while I was there. He was like, when you come back,
that's awesome.
I was like, I am an advanced senior plasma technician now.
Advanced.
I know, right? I'm trying to get more.
Fancy.
I want some more. But that's not what I take it now.
What's the next after advanced? Is it superior?
Lead.
There you go. I like that.
Tech. That's what I was going for. But they had chose that. So then the people that got that, then I end up getting their advanced spot. So I'm trying to, my ultimate goal is to be a center manager, so that way I can set the tone for my own center. And I want it to be speedy, just like me, and everything to be efficient. In and out. Get them in, get them out. Get them in, get them out. One stick and move. One shot, one and done. I want to have stuff like I'm in the NFL locker room or something. Have different stuff. One and done. Stick and move. We champions today. Stuff like that.
We're champions today. See, bring that mentality. I'm pretty sure you're going to make it far. I'm really proud of you, Coach, and congratulations. But that is all for us, folks. Everybody have a great night, and we will see you next Wednesday.